Hi everyone. Today what is our topic? Today we are going to discuss about World Trade Organization (WTO). So in this topic, basically we are analyzing the formation of this organization WTO, features of this organization, its nature of this organization, functions of this organization, major features or this organization, functions of this organization, and finally we have to discuss about the criticism against this organization and their functions. Okay, let us start with. First of all, when we think about WTO, very famous one more organization's name also we have to think. That is GATT. GATT. What is that? General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. This organization, as you know, it was established or formed in the year 1948. 1948. Clearly, if you are saying 1947 October, it was set everything, and 48 January onwards, this GATT, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, this global trade organization, it was started working in the world with 23 countries. During the time there was around 23 countries were there as the members in that group, in that GATT association at all. And what was the main aim behind this GATT? To control and to regulate the trade between the countries of the world. To control and regulate the trade between countries of the world. Is it? That was a global trade organization. Anyway, when from there, this GATT for this GATT, there was a successor. This one for this matter, and new organizations formed by changing most of the policies and all. Is it? So we can say successor to GATT, it is WTO. Or in terms of predecessor, there was a predecessor for this organization. Anyway, successor and predecessor, the summary is that from GATT, it is renamed or changed into WTO. Now we are dealing with WTO, World Trade Organization. As we know, this World Trade Organization, WTO, it necessitates or it focuses mainly on the administration of the trade, how the trade can be administered or proper trade can be implemented, how we can regulate the trade barriers of the nation, and how can we provide, what are the different measures to provide better trade in the world. Is it? All these are the points we have to analyze. So let us see what are the major features of this WTO. WTO, it administers all the multilateral trade. That we have to underline the word all, the multilateral trade, by providing equal opportunities. That's important thing. By providing equal opportunities to all the member countries in the international market. So all are the member nations of this organization, and each and every member should get an equal space without any disparity, without any inequality, and the trade should be administered, it should be conducted smoothly or in a fair way, without any disparity, without any problem, without any issues at all. Such a way, a smooth trade should be conducted. So in order to necessitate this matter, WTO focuses mainly on production. Enlarging production means maximization of the production of the commodities. And second thing, they are enhancing trade of service. And third one, I think they are enhancing they are making that optimum utilization of available resources with the world resources. Not only the resource means of the one country resources of the world. So what are the three areas? First of all, enlarging the production of the commodities. Second thing, promotion of service or trade of service. And third one, to ensure to ensure the optimum utilization of available resources. So by doing all these things, it facilitates the international trade. It facilitates the trade between countries of the world. By whatever time, when we analyze the trade, we can say there are two types of trade matters we can see: bilateral trade and multilateral trade. Bilateral means two countries of the world. Multilateral means between the countries of the world. So in all these trade, it facilitates the trade among the countries of the world. By how? By removing all kinds of tariff as well as non-tariff barriers. There is no such kinds of tariff, non-tariff barriers should not be provided there. It should be removed. There should be no such restrictions. Tariff barriers means duties and tariff and import duty and all. Non-tariff means quantitative restrictions, quota and all. Everything should be removed. So such a way we have to means the WTO, they are focusing to conduct a free trade, very smooth trade among the countries of the world. Then let us analyze the members. When we analyze the membership in GATT, we can see that from 1948 onwards, India is the member in that group. Not only India, Pakistan also the member, then Bangladesh also the member, Sri Lanka also, because almost all our neighboring countries are they have the membership in this organization. And when the WTO formed, after framing little more new policies and all, after more negotiations, there also almost all these countries, they continued their membership. Still I remember North Korea. One Korea is not the member in that this WTO still now. China got the membership in WTO in 2001 because China also negotiated something in the policies of this trade of their own. They made their own rules and regulations, violating the rules of this one. Then there was some negotiation between, and finally China also got the membership in 2001, I think, in WTO, I think. Yes, 2001. Anyway, now let us see the members. At present, how many members are there in this WTO? When it was formed around 1995, I think around 123 or around members were there, I think. But now it's around, not around, exactly 164 members are there, clearly. Yes, 63rd member was Liberia and 64th member is, I think, Afghanistan. Yes, Afghanistan got the last membership, I think, in the month of July. June, July, most of the countries are taking membership because after their meeting, means once they are meeting in every 2 years, these WTO members, and there they are settling the disputes and negotiations regarding the trade and new policy frameworks for the future trade and all, whether how much should be the matters should be controlled, any regulations it may be there that should be removed, such things. All these matters they're discussing in the membership meeting. They are once in 2 years they are meeting and framing the policies for the next years. Okay. Yes, next one is regarding the objectives of this organization, WTO. When we analyze the objectives of this organization, we can see that there are three major objectives. First one is that to increase the standard of living of the member countries by making a free trade and proper trade, and allowing them to manufacture more goods for the betterment of the country, and thereby they can increase the standard of living. That is the first objective. Second one is that to provide substantial or sustainable development for the nation. Substantial progress and sustainable development. Is it? Sustainable development mean development considering for the future generations. Sustainable development. And third one is that removing all these tariff and non-tariff barriers. Removing. Why? Because tariff and non-tariff barriers normally all nations are keeping to protect their domestic industries. So to eliminate this tariff barriers means that this is a discriminatory trade policy. If you are keeping a tariff on the commodities, definitely it's a discrimination. That's why it should be removed. These are the major matters coming under these objectives of WTO. Is that the functions of WTO? By the functions of WTO, there are 5 major functions are there. First one, to facilitate international trade through multilateral trade agreement, MTA. between the countries, either it is bilateral trade or multilateral trade. Using this multilateral trade agreement MTA to facilitate the trade means how they are trying to implement the implementation, administration and operation of this trade agreement. This WTO is observing, is it? All the trade matters. Second thing is that to administrate a trade review mechanism. So a review should be conducted in case of this one. And the third one is that better cooperation with the other international financial organizations like IMF and IBRD. IMF and IBRD both are the financial institutions formed after the Second World War to promote economic stability in the economy by providing short-term and long-term loan. You know, IBRD's other name we are calling World Bank, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. And the fourth one is that as a watchdog of international trade, means all the trade matters it is observed clearly and protected. And last one is that dispute settler of the trade. So definitely trade is conducted, dispute should come. So that also be settled by this WTO. These are the major functions of this organization. And lastly, when we are moving to the criticism side, definitely all these functions are taken place properly. If it is conducted, the trade is conducted properly, definitely criticism should come. So among the criticism, first one is that this WTO shows partiality among the member nations. This criticism was raised by an eminent economist, Martin Gore. That economist recently died. Other organization in the same Geneva, South Center. Then second criticism is that it removes the autonomy of the nations in framing the policies. Laws of autonomy means what? Whenever these countries are framing their own economic policies, they cannot prepare according to their wish and will. It should be prepared as per the restrictions of WTO. It's very necessary to follow the rules if we are the member of that organization. That is the second one. So taken back the right of our autonomy. So that is why how can we say we can make a legitimate policy for the nations and all, is it? So that is the second criticism. And third one is that all these developmental agendas and trade policies were prepared by developed nations like United States of America and other European countries, European Union center. Is it? They are having upper hand. And whenever this matter is coming for the discussion, negotiation in the WTO, and they are having that upper hand in the negotiation, and they are settling the matter according to their wish and will. These are the major criticism against this WTO. So, thank you for watching my class. Tomorrow I will come with a new topic. Thank you once again. And during this corona spreading season, don't go outside. Stay in your house. Take necessary precautions. Thank you.